For a lot of contractors out there, marketing can feel, well, like you're just throwing stuff at a wall and hoping something sticks. But what if you could build a system, a predictable, repeatable machine that brings a steady flow of customers right to you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's dive in and build the playbook that turns those online clicks into actual paying customers.
Look, we all know word of mouth is king, right? It's built on trust, on a job well done. But let's be real, it can be wildly unpredictable. One month you're swamped, the next you're wondering where the next job is coming from. So what if, on top of that great reputation, you could add a system that's out there working for you 24/7, even while you're on site? And this is the fundamental difference. Think about traditional marketing, like a billboard or a radio ad. You're basically shouting at a crowd and hoping someone in that crowd needs a plumber right now. But SEO, search engine optimization, is totally different. It's like whispering the perfect solution to someone at the exact moment they're asking the question. They're already looking for you, you just need to show up. And that's exactly what we're going to lay out right now. We're going to walk through the 5 key components of a digital marketing machine that's built from the ground up for contractors. This isn't about chasing down leads anymore. It's about building a system that makes them come to you. All right, first things first. The foundation for this whole system: getting found. I mean, think about it. When a homeowner's pipe bursts in the middle of the night, they aren't sifting through junk mail. They're grabbing their phone, and you absolutely have to be the first name they see. So how do you get found? The secret sauce here is something called local SEO. This is all about winning the game in your specific service area. Your customers aren't just typing roofer into Google. They're searching for roofer near me. Local SEO is how you make sure you're the answer to that question. Okay, so what does that actually look like? What are the action items? Well, it all starts with your Google business profile. That's non-negotiable. It's what gets you on the map, literally. Then you start using keywords that people actually type, like emergency plumber Chicago. From there, you build trust by getting reviews and making sure your business name, address, and phone number are the same everywhere online. Each step just proves to Google that you're the real deal. Okay, awesome. People are finding you, they're clicking over to your website, but website visits alone don't keep the lights on, right? The next piece of the puzzle is to actually capture those visitors and turn them into real prospects. And that's where a sales funnel comes in. Don't let the term sales funnel intimidate you. It's really just the path you guide a customer on. First, they become aware of you, thanks to that SEO we just talked about. Then they show interest by looking around your site. But the most important moment is consideration. This is where you make a trade. You offer them something really valuable, and in exchange, they trust you with their contact info. That's the step that leads them to take action. And that something valuable we just talked about, that has a name. It's called a lead magnet. It's the simple tool you use to turn a casual browser into a serious lead. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it absolutely has to be helpful. And this doesn't have to be some epic novel you're writing. Here are some killer, super practical ideas. If you're a roofer, maybe it's a simple PDF, 5 signs you need a new roof. An HVAC tech, a quick guide to choosing the right AC system. See? These things solve a problem, show you're an expert, and get you that all-important email address so the conversation can continue. So you've got their email address. High five. But what now? You can't just let that lead go cold. The next part of our machine is all about nurturing that relationship. It's about staying top of mind and building trust so that when they're ready to buy, you're the only one they think of. And you can do most of this on autopilot. The magic tool for this is an automated email sequence, or what we call a drip campaign. And let's be super clear, this is not about spamming people with a monthly newsletter. This is a smart, pre-written series of emails that automatically goes out when someone does something specific, like download that checklist we talked about. It's your automated follow-up system. So what does one of these actually look like in practice? It's pretty straightforward. On day 1, you instantly deliver what they asked for. A couple of days later, maybe you send them a short story about a job you did that's similar to their problem. Then you can send an email that answers the top 3 questions you always get. You see how you're building value and trust before you ever ask for the sale? It's helpful, not pushy. All right, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds amazing, but what's the price tag? How much does it cost to get this machine up and running? Let's get practical and talk about the investment. And that's the key word right there, investment, not just an expense. Generally, when you start looking for some help with SEO, you're going to run into 3 main ways people charge. For what we're talking about, building a long-term lead-generating asset, The retainer model is usually the way to go. It allows for that consistent month-over-month effort that good SEO needs to build momentum and get real results. So let's talk real numbers. What should you actually expect to budget? For most local contractors, you're probably looking somewhere in this range per month. Now, where you fall on that spectrum really depends on how competitive your city is and how fast you want to grow. But the main takeaway is to see this as an investment in your business's future visibility. Okay, we've designed the machine, we've put gas in the tank. The last, and maybe the most important step, we need to build the dashboard. You have to know if this thing is actually working. This is what separates the pros from the amateurs, using data to know for sure what's going on.
And forget about vanity metrics like just website visitors. We're talking about the numbers that actually impact your bottom line. What percentage of people on your site actually become a lead? How much did you spend to get that lead? And the big one, for every dollar you put into this marketing, how many dollars are you getting back out in profit? That's your ROI.
And here's the best part. You don't need to buy some crazy expensive software to do this. The two most powerful tools you need to track all of this, Google Analytics and Google Search Console, are 100% free. They give you all the data you need to start making smart, informed decisions about your marketing.
At the end of the day, looking at your data isn't about getting a report card. It's about getting a roadmap. The numbers tell you what's working so you can double down on it, and they shine a big spotlight on what's not working so you can fix it or stop doing it. It's the feedback loop that makes this whole machine get smarter and more profitable over time.
So there you have it, the whole playbook from start to finish. We've talked about getting found, capturing leads, nurturing those leads, funding the system, and measuring your results. The blueprint for the machine is right in front of you. So the only question left is, what's the very first piece you're going to build?